Hi there, I'm Adam. In this video, I'm going to walk through how to send text messages directly from an Excel file. This process will work using either a Mac or a PC and doesn't require an Excel plugin. So let's get started. So I'm here in Excel and I've got some example data. When you're sending bulk SMS from an Excel file, there are a couple of things you need to know. The first is that each row needs to have a header. There's no requirement in what you call these, but they should not include any spaces or underscores. The second is there are two required fields. The first is the mobile phone number, and the second is the country code of the recipient you're sending to. And let's talk about each of these briefly. For the country code, it should be in the ISO 2 or ISO 3 format. I'll include a link to these in the description below, but for the United States, that will be either US or USA. And it doesn't matter if it's uppercase or lowercase. Because we're including the country code in our file, when I'm sending SMS from Microsoft Excel, I can send text messages to more than 150 countries all using the same file. The second required field is the phone number. In this case, we've called it the mobile field. The phone number should include the area code, but not the country prefix, as that's going to be automatically added based upon the country code that we've specified. It doesn't matter if we include dashes, spaces, or parentheses. These will all be removed automatically when we upload the data and send our bulk SMS. Finally, we can include as many custom fields as we want. These are great because it allows us to organize our contacts, but we can also personalize our messages by including these as wildcard fields. And I'll show you what that looks like here in a moment. Now we're ready to go, so I'll save our data as a CSV file format by going to File, Save As, selecting comma separated values, and clicking Save. Now let's move to Sakari and start sending our messages. So we're in the Sakari system. I've gone in and I've created a free account, and you could do that at sakari.io. And now we want to send our messages. I'll go to Campaigns in the left navigation and click the red plus sign to create a new campaign. We have our data in an Excel file, so I want to select a File Upload campaign to be able to upload our bulk SMS. When I'm creating a File Upload campaign, there are 3 steps that need to be completed. The first is to map our fields. To do that, I'll select on Field Mapping, and I'll drag our file in so the system can recognize the column headers. I'll click Next, and now I need to map the column headers from our Excel file to the expected values in Sakari. There are 5 default values that Sakari is looking for, but they're not all required. As I mentioned earlier, the only required fields are the country code and the mobile phone number. So in this case, we don't need last name, so I'll delete it by clicking the trash can to the right. And we don't need email, so I'll delete that as well. And we don't have any tags, so I'll delete that. So now I am left with the 3 remaining fields from our Excel file. If one of these were mapped incorrectly, I can map it properly by selecting it and selecting the field from the pull-down list that maps to what the expected value is. If I want to look at some sample data, I can toggle through and see exactly how the Sakari system is mapping the data from my Excel file. This looks good, so I'll click Save. Now I need to design the template that's going to be sent to each of our recipients. To do that, I'll click on Design Template. I could load an existing template by selecting the Load Template button, but in this case, I'm going to write a new message. And when I'm sending the message, I have a choice of sending either just static text, which would be the same message to each person, or I can personalize it using a wildcard field. You may recall that we included the first name in the Excel file, so let's include that in our message to personalize each of our text. The structure for including a personalized field is 3 open brackets, the field name from your Excel file, and 3 closing brackets. So let's put together a message. You can see how the field has changed to green after we closed it with that third closing bracket. that looks good. In this case, we have a combination of both static as well as dynamic fields. So it will automatically insert the contact's first name from the Excel file. Let's click Save. The final step is to select whether or not I want the reporting. This is just an email report that's sent to me after the messages have been sent. In this case, I don't need it, so I'll select No Report. And I need to give the campaign a name and click Save. So now I've created a campaign which I could reuse anytime I have messages that I want to send. So I'm ready to go now. So I'll click the blue triangle to the right to be able to send my messages, and I'll drag my file over, click Upload, and then the messages are being sent. These should be sent in under a minute, and I'll show you what an example message looks like. So I've sent one of the sample messages to myself, so let's take a look at that. Here you can see how the template has automatically inserted my first name, so each message is personalized. The cool thing is, with Sakari, you can also have two-way conversations as well. So if one of your contacts responds, you'll see that reflected in real time in the Sakari dashboard. Let's move back into Sakari and take a look at that. So I'm back in the Sakari system, and I want to go to Conversations in the left menu. When I sent my bulk SMS from Excel, it created an open conversation with each one of my contacts. And when they respond, that message will be highlighted in blue. I'll expand Adam, and I can see the communication that was sent to him, including his response. So that's it. You sent your bulk SMS directly from an Excel file, and you've been able to manage responses. We have lots of other videos on how to use text messaging for a variety of applications. It'd be great if you hit that like button and subscribe. Have a great day. Thanks a lot.